like AI is popping up everywhere lately, answering customer service chats, helping rate emails, recommending what we watch. And for a lot of teens, it's already their go-to companion.
Yeah, instead of asking a parent or searching online, new research shows 1 in 3 U.S. teens use chatbots every single day for everything from schoolwork to personal advice. But as those conversations get more personal, experts say parents should be paying attention to what's being shared and who, or maybe we should say what, is on the other side.
Dr. Jess Ghilani is here to explain what's safe, what's not, and how to set some smart boundaries. And we're actually going to start with some findings from a new study.
Yes, a new study from Pew Research found that nearly 2/3 of teenagers have at least tried using an AI chatbot. And as Barry had said, 30% have actually done so every day. And I think it was 16% of that subset do so in a way that they describe as constant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are kind of alarming numbers.
They really are.
And you know what's so alarming to me, as someone who, my kids are in their 20s, they used to be obviously teenagers at one point. You know, we had to battle not too long ago, just social media taking over real life relationships. Yes. This is taking it to a whole new level. Now it's not just look and take in. Now it's actually interaction. From your perspective, your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is incredibly frightening because it does simulate that kind of social connection. And the chatbots themselves are designed to foster engagement. And they do so by being sycophantic, which means that they flatter you, they give you compliments, they make you feel good. They fill your cup in ways that teens with fledgling self-esteem and self-concept really are gravitating toward.
You know, I think about how every generation of parents has had some big fear of something, rock and roll, or, you know, changing a tire, or cell phones, social media. And now we have this thing, and it seems like with every big thing, it all seems to be okay. But we need to set some guidelines, boundaries, and I think with big tech, we find that a little bit more challenging.
Yes, definitely, because there's so much we don't know about it, and the way that people connect is often very intimate. It's very insular. They're, you know, looking at a small screen in like their room. So that makes it harder to kind of intervene. Whereas some of the, you know, fears about television, that at least was usually in a living room space where everybody was gathering.
So what do parents need to know? I mean, I think I'm dabbling in it. I'm using it occasionally, but for our kids who might be using it more and grow up using it, what do we need to know?
Well, I think it's really important that parents talk to their teens about what these tools are trying to do. They're trying to get you to come back and use it. They're trying to get as much data about that person as possible. And the stewardship of that data is not very good. It is, you know, basically being used in ways that I think are unethical. So explaining that the chats themselves might be made public and searchable, those are things that are in the terms and conditions that you agree to unthinkingly without even realizing it.
You know, I took a peek at the American Psychological Association study, and one of the first things they list that parents could say to their kids is just what you said, talk about privacy. Because again, as someone who had teenagers, when you tell them, you may think you're having this private conversation, but it's not. But it's out there. I really believe as a parent that that's enough to make them think twice. Would you agree?
I agree. I think that teens really want that independence, and part of that is taking control of aspects of your life, which means having some privacy. In addition to that, the American Psychological Association recommends that parents actually sit and use it next to their teens so that you can see how it works and you can show the differences between different prompts and responses and kind of understand how that conversation unfolds.
Really great information. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Dr. Jess is conducting a lecture on news and digital literacy on February 26th at the Mount Lebanon Public Library. We have more information on our website.
Still to come on the show, the stories you don't want to miss tonight on the KDKA Evening News. And one of those stories is an update on the Kia recalls we've been telling you about. It's Thursday. That means Megan Schiller is here to tell us more about the stories that she's working on for the news tonight.